We are live streaming currently. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lawson. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for the District Library Book Objection Committee meeting. The purpose of today's meeting is to review an objection to the book titled Impulse by Ellen Hopkins. School-based and district staff, as well as parent and community volunteers, are invited to participate on each committee. Today's meeting will result in a recommendation that will be forwarded to Mr. Forson, Superintendent for the St. Johns County School District. This committee meeting is public record and therefore subject to sunshine law. It is being live streamed for public viewing. Committee members are not required to have their camera on during the meeting. We are committed to civility and decorum. Please assist us in maintaining a constructive meeting environment by remaining respectful of each participant during the meeting and afterwards. Additional discussion of the objecting party or committee members outside of the meeting is discouraged. Disparaging comments are contrary to district expectations regarding character and civility. Committee members received several resources in advance of the meeting. The resources included the objecting party's request for reconsideration, a copy of the book, Florida statutes, Florida Department of Education guidance for library and media services, professional source reviews, St. Johns County School Board rules, the Library Bill of Rights, and School Library Media Materials Evaluation Checklist. The process for today is as follows. First, the objecting party will have the opportunity to address the committee. They will provide any information they deem compelling or new regarding their request. Next, the committee will have a discussion utilizing the School Library Media Material Evaluation Checklist. Finally, the committee will determine a recommendation for Superintendent Forson. There are two options: retain the book for a designated level or remove the book from St. Johns County School District libraries. For our meeting today, both agreeable and opposing viewpoints are welcome, and we look forward to attaining consensus. Let us begin. Jean Moore is the objecting party for Impulse. Ms. Moore, this is your time to address the committee. You have up to 5 minutes to share your objection.
Good afternoon, and thank you for your time today. I'll begin with a quote from Brooke Stevens, the creator of ratedbooks.org. The intent of book bans in the last century was to erase cultures. Tyrants burned books because they were a source of cultural identity. In this age of information, book banning is nearly impossible, yet the term is thrown about as if it were true. The term book ban is an emotional trigger to derail the public and keep them from realizing that people can be controlled by giving them information that destroys their cultural identity. Children are being given books that shatter their morality and mental health, cause addictions, and create an appetite for sex and violence. The reality is that our morality that is being banned. Parents standing to protect childhood innocence understand that it is our children that are being burned. Here are some examples from Impulse. So I gave myself to the knife, asked it to bite a little harder and chew a little deeper. The hot scarlet rush felt so delicious I couldn't stop there. The blade might have reached bone, but my little brother Brian barged into the bathroom and found me leaning against Grandma's new porcelain tub, turning its unstained white to pink. You should have heard him scream. Like an 8-year-old could make up something so evil and perverse. She wouldn't even believe it when I pulled down my jeans. The proof was right there in my underwear, streaked pink with blood. When I was younger than you, but old enough to know right from wrong, I had sex with a teacher too. Nice pair of tits you've got there. Have you ever munched carpet? I want to let my hand circle her waist and lift to her small breasts. Pressed against the curve of her back, my fingers traced the contours of one breast and then the other. I touched its stainless tip to my index finger. It was sharp. Without pressure, it draws a crimson bead. I peel back my sleeve, the one that covers the barbed wire scar, affectionately place the blade beneath my left thumb. This is the best rush of all, the moment right before the cut. It's my decision now. I'm in charge. But I prefer a man who likes to be on top. Ouch, little brother. I like it on top and on the bottom and standing up. And oh man, I gotta stop or go jerk off. She gives me the great smile, and I wonder, maybe for the 1000th time, what's under her short little skirt. Eyes closed, I find her there in the dark, hands like silk, the kind you want to wear near close to your most private places. Hands to guide little boys to exactly those places they want to see, to touch, and to taste. My main ambition once I leave here is getting laid by some gorgeous older woman. I can't speak for Vanessa, but I've always wanted to try a threesome. You were 12 when you lost your virginity? I was 8. Connor's only choice is to pull the trigger. Tony's only choice was to swallow the pills. And Vanessa's only comfort is to put the blade to her wrist. Every time I have to revisit these books, it raises my questions again about who are these people writing stories like this for children, and who are the ones buying them for schools and appropriating them for students. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Committee members, we will now begin our discussion. Please be reminded, Florida statute states that there are 4 reasons for an objection. Any material that is used in a classroom or made available in a school or classroom library or included on a reading list may be objected to for 4 specific reasons. The first, the material must be removed if the majority of our committee finds the material is pornographic or prohibited under section 847.012 of Florida statutes. For the remaining 3 reasons, the committee will determine if there is an appropriate grade level or if the material should be removed. Those 3 reasons are: the material depicts or describes sexual conduct as defined in 847.001, paren 19, unless such material is for a course required by statute 1003.46, 1003.42, or 1003.42. There's 2 different sections in 1003.42. Of those 3 reasons, the next reason, the material is not suited to student needs and their ability to comprehend the material. And the final reason, the material is inappropriate for the grade level and age group for which the material is used. Keep in mind that our final task on our form is to make a recommendation to Superintendent Forson, and there are 2 options: retain the book for a designated level or remove it from all St. Johns County School District libraries. Again, statute is clear that we must remove the title if there is a violation of the question regarding pornography. The floor will be open to discussion, and each committee member will have the opportunity to share. Comments will be summarized to provide an overall committee response for each question. Please remember to raise your hand to participate in the discussion. For our meeting today, both agreeable and opposing viewpoints are welcome, and we look forward to attaining consensus. Let's begin. The first question on the checklist, the objecting party's challenge of the material cites that, and what we will do is we will provide the citation from Mrs. Moore's request for reconsideration, and that citation is the objecting party's challenge of material cites that it contains graphic descriptions of self-harm and attempted suicide. There are also passages that contain references of very young children having sex and profanity. So we'll move on to question 2. For question 2, specific pages in the material cited by the objecting party were reviewed. For this question, just as a reminder, our recommendation does go to the superintendent. So this is just to demonstrate that due diligence was done by the committee. So we would like the committee to verify by vote. If you did review the specific pages that were cited by the objecting party, you would vote yes. And if you were unable to review those, you would vote no. Please vote at this time. I think that concludes the vote.
There we go. I got the last one now.
Okay. Okay, so I believe we have everyone.
You may clear your vote now.
Okay, good.
Yep. Let me tell you the vote, Ms. Sepp. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That is 8 yeses.
Okay, 8 yeses. for question number 2. Question number 3, along the same line, we'd like everyone to vote yes if you considered the professional and or crowdsourced reviews that were provided in your packet. No if you did not consider these reviews. Please vote at this time.
That is 8 yeses.
Okay,
You
thank
may
you.
clear your vote.
Okay, question number 4. Is the material pornographic or prohibited under Florida Statute 847.012? Vote yes if you would say yes, this material is pornographic according to Florida Statute 847.012. No if it is not.
I will tally the votes. We have 8 no votes. You may clear your vote.
Okay, question number 5. Does the material depict or describe sexual conduct defined in Florida statute? Yes, if you believe it does depict or describe sexual conduct defined in Florida statute. No, if you believe it does not.
That is 7 no votes and 1 yes.
Okay.
You may clear your vote at this time.
Question number 6. Is the material unsuited to student needs and their ability to comprehend the material presented? I believe this material is currently available. I don't know if the committee, the EARNS team can help me out. Is this currently available in which grade levels?
It is currently available in our high school collections only.
Okay, so this currently is available to grades 9 through 12. So question number 6, is the material unsuited to student needs and their ability to comprehend the material presented for grades 9 through 12?
That is 8 no votes. You may clear your vote at this time.
Okay, question number 7. Is the material inappropriate for the grade level and age group for which the material is used? Is the material inappropriate for the grade level and age group for which the material is used? Please vote at this time.
That is 8 no votes. You may clear your vote at this time.
Okay, that concludes our questions, and we are now at the recommendation phase. And so as the chair and facilitator of the committee, and given the votes, we will be indicating that the material is appropriate for grades 9 and up. Are there any additional comments from the committee that you would like shared with the superintendent? And raise your hand if you'd like to make a comment.
There are no hands currently raised.
Okay. Okay. So in closing, thank you to all of our committee members for your participation today. There are 2 final action steps to conclude your work. First and foremost, your acknowledgement as a participant on the committee is needed on our recommendation to Mr. Forson. The recommendation will include notes from today's discussion and will be emailed to you. You may acknowledge participation by responding to that email, or you may review and sign the document at 40 Orange Street. We would like to have all of these reviews completed by next Tuesday. I didn't write the date down. That would be January 30th, I believe.
That is correct. Next
Okay.
Tuesday is
So
January
next
30th.
Tuesday, January 30th, we'd like all responses returned. We also, if you have borrowed a book, we need you to please return the book and any of the notes that you had from your work, because this is a public committee. We keep the notes of all committee work, and so that's what we need from you. Are there any questions before we close the meeting? Okay, thank you again. This concludes the meeting.